everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 76992, Amy's Animal Rescue Island from the LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog theme. This set contains 388 pieces, 2 minifigures, 3 animals, and 1 buildable character, and it retails for $49.99 in the US as well as $52.99 in most places in Europe. This set was set to me for review by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. So I know I'm a little bit late to the whole LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog thing, but you guys seem to really like the one review that I did do back in August. It seems like there's a pretty big crossover between Ninjago fans and Sonic fans, so the LEGO Ambassador Network was kind enough to send me over all the LEGO Sonic sets that I didn't have yet, so I will be doing reviews of all of them here on the channel. We're of course starting with this one right here, Amy's Animal Rescue Island, but let me know in the comments which of the other sets you want to see a review on next. I'll also put a playlist to all my other Sonic reviews in the description if you want to see what other sets I've already done. But yeah, if you're a fan of LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog and you want to see more of it on the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and let me know in the comments which set you want to see. But now let's take a look at this set in particular. This set, I have to say, my opinion changed a lot on after having it built up. When this theme was first revealed, I wasn't really feeling this one, but having it in hand and putting it all together, I genuinely find it to be a lot of fun. It almost reminds me a little bit of LEGO Minecraft, though albeit a lot less blocky. There is still a little bit of blockiness to it, like you can see back here. But I don't know, it's got that fun of LEGO Minecraft where it's like a large terrain build and it's very much meant for you to like pose your characters in. But it also doesn't feel too empty either, like there's tons of space, but there's also enough here. It strikes that perfect balance in my opinion, and I really love it. There's also quite a few play features all throughout and just a lot that adds life to this build. So let's take a look at all of it up close. Starting at the front right here, you can see there's a little bit of a beach area. We've got this tiny little brick-built sandcastle, which is super cute, as well as a bucket, which I assume is used to make the sandcastle. And then next to that on the shore right here, you have like a little bit of a merry-go-round. It's just the spinning plate with tons of room to fit the little animals. And that's just super fun. It's like very easy to spin around and you can fit full minifigures on there if you wanted to. It's a simple play feature, but it's the kind that I'm sure kids love because I know this is the kind of thing I would have loved as a kid. So it always makes me happy to see stuff like this included. And it adds some motion to the build too, which is always appreciated. Behind that you have like this little star plant coming out of the ground right here. Now full disclosure, I'm not like super deep on Sonic lore, so I'm not sure exactly what this is, if this is a specific reference to something. But regardless, some pretty cool parts here. That star was introduced with the LEGO Movie 2 line, and I don't think it's the most common nowadays, so definitely cool to get. And then the plant stalk piece that it's connected to, I believe originates from LEGO Super Mario, so it's definitely nice to see that coming in other themes. And the star at the top is able to be rotated if you want, and you can spin the entire thing around if you want to like change up how you're displaying it. Again, as I mentioned, there's open area behind all this where you can post figures and everything, and then you get to this like rocky waterfall on the side right here. I think this is really pretty, and I like how it builds up on top of the build, just helps add some more dimension to the overall thing. And then there's sort of like a Minecraft-esque grass pattern at the top. Now of course there's also this giant pink plate right here, and you could probably assume that's a play feature with this set, and that's because if you push down on this, the mountain will burst open, and inside you can see this little gem is revealed. I believe this is meant to be one of the Chaos Emeralds that come in lots of the sets this wave, and that fits in there super smoothly. Now opening that just with your hand is perfectly fun enough, however it also ties in with the Amy Rose minifigure in this set, because you can see that like button right there is the perfect size for her hammer. So if you want, you can have her come up and hit it with her hammer instead, and that provides enough force to open it too. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. There's a little bit of space inside where the gem is, but you can't really fit like any figures in there or anything. But if you come around to the back, you can see this accesses the same area, and there's a spring green egg back here. That's just LEGO standard egg piece, which was originally introduced in the LEGO Angry Birds line. Now I'm not sure if spring green's a new color for it. Personally, I don't believe I've seen it before, though actually I think it comes in one of the botanical sets. Regardless, definitely not common, so a cool part to get. And if you remove the egg, if you happen to drop like any of the little animals in here, they actually come out the bottom, which that's actually a really good foresight, because of course kids will lose stuff all the time, and that way you don't have to take the set apart to get stuff out. Same thing with the gem, right? If you remove it and then accidentally drop it down there, it could just fly out the bottom to make it easy to replace. I don't know, it's a small thing, but it's well thought out. And then you may just notice, but yeah, these Minecraft-esque blocks are removable similar to how they are in LEGO Minecraft. They just connect on jumper pieces. So there is a little bit of customizability there. You can move things around if you want, or add to this with parts from your own collection, which again, in my opinion, is always a good thing. We're still around the back of the build, but here we come to this little bridge right here. They just use like the LEGO tread pieces to be the bridge, and that brings you to like this tiny little building. Now there is a play feature with that bridge. If you pull this green piece right here, it'll fall out, and as you just saw, any minifigures on top will fall down. But that's very easy to fix right back up just by pushing it the other direction. Up here under this little awning, there's a little bit of room to post figures. You could fit probably both Amy and Tails up here. And from the front, that's just a very cute little spot for display. There's a drink up here that has a lime on it. That's a very cool new printed part. I believe that's new for this year. And then there's also a plate of food right here, which again has that same lime piece, but we also have a classic LEGO cherry, a printed watermelon piece, which has been around for a few years, but is still a more modern part. And then this pink swirl, which you can imagine is like ice cream or something. Then we got this pink heart, which leads down to this lower level, and this can actually open up to the interior. So if we turn things back around, that's this lower level down here. And this is actually a spot for the little animals in the set to hang out. So we've got this blue bunny, this like light nougat pig, and finally this pink bird. And each of them fit onto a single jumper piece, so you can have them all hanging out right here. You've also got another one of the Chaos Emeralds right here, in addition to a hairbrush and a little bottle. And even though this area is meant for the animals, you still can kind of fit minifigures down here. You can see Amy's maybe a little bit too tall. You have to lean her forward a little bit. But Tails is just short enough to fit under the roof. Then you can see behind this bed right here, there's a little bit of a passageway, and then actually opens up into the front. Because here we have this waterfall, and there's two different options for play here. For one, this could just be a little slide. You drop the animals down, they flow into this pool right here. Let's see if we can do that real quick. Okay, they don't have very much momentum, but yeah, you can imagine them sliding down then falling in here. Or alternatively, you could just flip that waterfall up, and now they have direct access to the pool from the interior. The pool is, of course, big enough for the minifigures too, so you can put them in there as well. And then finally, to end things off for the main build of this set, we have this palm tree on the side, which can be rotated. It does have a classic Lego banana growing off of it, which is super cute to see. And each of, like, the little bundles of leaves can be moved too. But yeah, that's about it for the main build of Amy's Animal Rescue Island, and yeah, I love it. Genuinely just so much fun, both for play, and I think it's actually a pretty decent display piece. When it's on its own just like this, it doesn't make me feel a little bit empty, but the entire point of this is it's meant to be populated with minifigures and the little animals, and I think when you have all those on here, it looks great. But of course, that's not everything in the set, so now let's take a look at the side builds, then the animals, then the minifigures, and then I'll give you my overall thoughts. So the first side build in this set is this little crab enemy, a Badnik, and this guy's honestly a lot of fun. He's small, but there's so much personality here. I like how his claws can actually move and close up. They use like this great connector piece that was introduced for Monkey Kid in Lego City a few years ago, and it is the right size to fit like one of the little animals in here if you wanted to, so that way he could pick them up and like steal them. 4 individually posable legs underneath too to get some more motion out of him. And I love these printed eyepieces, which I believe are all new for this character, and they fit him perfectly. There's also a little basket around the back to put some of the animals to power him. Yeah, I think this guy's a lot of fun, and he's a perfect addition to the Lego Sonic world. Then, not a character, but the set also comes with a little surfboard or hoverboard for Tails in this set. You can just attach it to this jumper piece right here, and that's just a little thing for you to have him fly around on. Not much to it, but I think it's fun. Again, I appreciate that it's included. And then the 3 little animals that come in this set, I mean, I think they're all pretty cute. I forget exactly which ones are exclusive and which ones are not, or even if any of them are exclusive. I know the teal bunny definitely comes in other sets, but I'm not sure about these two. Regardless though, the pig is definitely my favorite because I feel like this works outside of the world of Lego Sonic the Hedgehog. The eyes are maybe a little bit cartoony, but he's also not like overly colorful either. This is the color that a pig should be. And then the rabbit and pig molds I believe already existed in Lego, but the bird mold I think is all new for this year's Sonic the Hedgehog sets. And the bird, I don't know, I don't love like the eyelashes and cheeks on it, but I'm sure it is accurate to what it's supposed to be, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, cool to get 3 of them here, and obviously they fit the set perfectly. They're very fun little collectibles to come in these sets. And finally, moving to the minifigures, here are the 2 full minifigures that come in this set. We have Amy, Rose, and we have Tails. Now, I think it's important to mention these are the only 2 LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog characters that don't come in the Dr. Eggman's Death Egg Robot set. So if you got this set and that set, you'd have all the main characters. But I think as actual minifigures themselves, they're both pretty great. LEGO went all out here, they didn't like hold back. And that makes me very happy to see, because Sonic characters do have like very specialized designs. And if they were lazy with it, they could have looked really bad. But luckily, I am very happy with how these turned out. Starting with Amy, she of course comes with her hammer as an accessory, and I think that's a perfect build. But then the minifigure itself is really well done too. She has double legs, which is very nice to see in just a standard retail set. And she even has like a little printing for the shoes at the front. That like sock printing too helps make the transition between the 2 different colors of legs like really nice. And I think the skirt piece that's been around for a few years fits her perfectly, and I think it's really neat that that's printed too. Torso design for the front I guess is kind of simple, but it's everything that it needs to be. And it's basically the same thing for the back. But then of course she has an all new molded head just like all the Sonic characters do. But I think they captured a likeness really well. She's got this wide smile which I think really fits her. And it's still molded in the pink and the nougat. Yeah, very happy with how this one turned out. But then a figure that I like even more is the Tails figure, who once again is fantastic. Now my favorite part about this figure is, well, his tails out the back, because this is an all new exclusive rubber part for this figure. And they are of course a very important part of this character, but I don't know if they wanted to, they could have just like printed them on his back. But I am so happy that's an all new molded piece and that's a rubber part too. And I think it just turned out so good, it fits him so well. With those removed though, you can see that he actually also has dual molded legs, and even printing around the front, which we don't usually see that on short legs, so that's very surprising to see, but obviously fits him perfectly. Kind of basic tuft of fur for the torso print, but that's everything it needs to be. And then once again, all new molded head, this time in white and bright orange. And if we do the 360 spin, you can see it just captured Tails perfectly. If you want to invert Tails, I mean, I guess you can. There's how that looks, not nearly as good, but hey, it's an option you have. But like this, he looks incredible. So yeah, overall very happy with these 2 minifigures. This is the cheapest way to get Amy, but it's not the cheapest way to get Tails. However, I'm very happy both are included here. But overall, what are my opinions on this set? I honestly like this set a lot, but it all really comes down to one thing, and that's the price. And my immediate impression of this set was that the price was bad, and I still do think it's bad. However, we also have to keep in mind all LEGO sets are more expensive nowadays. This is kind of just the new normal. But also, the price isn't as bad as I expected it to be. I do think there's a lot of fun to be had with this set, and it's a decent size for the price. I honestly think that if this set had come with 1 more minifigure, I'd be more inclined to recommend it, because $50 with 3 minifigures is a lot better than $50 with only 2. This is the only LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog set so far that doesn't actually come with a Sonic figure, but I feel like they probably should have thrown him in here, and it would have made the overall value value feel a lot more worth it. Still though, I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this set, and not to spoil my other reviews just yet, but this is probably my second or third favorite LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog set overall. So I think especially if you have the Death Egg robot set and you want the other characters, this is a pretty good one to pick up. But if you're planning on getting the big set anyway, this might be one worth skipping out on, because even though the build is really cool, the price is a little bit high for what you get, especially if you already have the minifigures from another source. Still though, I would say I recommend it overall, because I do really enjoy this set. Just definitely take the price into consideration if you're planning on buying this set. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!